Alright, we're on the draw here in match 5 of this league with Chart and Shoal Delver. Is this keepable? We technically have a threat, and Visions is a pretty good card. But I think this is worth mulliganing. Our average 6 probably trades these two lands for a decent spell and a scry. So I think I'm going to do that. Alright, we absolutely did not get rewarded. This is probably worth going to 5 over. Our opponent went to 5-2. We probably just joined them against an aggro deck. We bolt on 1 and we shoal on 3. Yeah, that's a lot better. That is a lot better. Let's stay on 5, opponent. Yeah, there we go. No going to 4 for us. Land. That's probably worth bottoming. Opponent with turn 1 discard spell. Probably gonna nab our Serum Visions. Well, they can't take Mandrills unless they go, turn 2 Thoughtseize. Let's lead on a land that, well, we actually can't give them perfect information because we drew a copy of another land we had. Watery Grave, Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Well, now that's probably going to die. Which land do we get here? It's going to be a red source because I care about tempo. We might top deck a 2-drop, or cantrip into cantrip, cantrip into denial. If they go turn 3, I don't know, Liliana. So we're going to fetch here. The question is probably double green. Stomping Grounds, no, Stomping Grounds Steam Vents doesn't do it. I would like a basic. Oh, I'm going to have double red regardlessly, so there's no getting around that. Which means we basically can't get double green unless we shock a lot. Or we give up on having double blue. Maybe we just go Steam Vents and we'll grab a forest off of that Misty at our leisure. That's probably what we're going to end up doing here. Let's kill that guy. We don't need Baby Jace hanging around. He's kind of good. Looting is nice. Looting and then turning into a Planeswalker to flash things back is very nice. We can slam Mandrills here. I think, they could have a Liliana of the Veil. But they could have a Liliana of the Veil for who knows how long. And we don't know if we're going to top deck a Denial next turn to take care of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab that basic forest. We played out the second Misty, so now they know a bit about our hand. This feels really bad. It's going to be quite dreadful if they do have the Lily. If they don't, I'll be, satisfied. Looks like a blue-black control deck. They did not play Liliana. That's great. We drew a Tarmogoyf. Also good. Let's start in combat. It's probably safe to say it's possible the opponent could have a sweeper in their deck, but I think we run this out anyways. We're not going to play our land out just so we can give them slightly less information. They did not have a spell snare there. I'm going to play the Steam Vents because that's the land they know about. We now have one mystery card we're hanging on to. Hopefully there's no damnation here. Goryo's Vengeance. So, Esper Goryo's maybe? Smells like Esper Goryo's. What's that card? That's very new. That's Rivals of Ixalan. Goryo's Vengeance. Jace is going to bite the dust. They scooped. Cool. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, they draw a card. They have no maximum hand size. It can't be countered. I'm assuming they're trying to cheat that in with Goryo's Vengeance, so we're going to ignore the can't be countered clause. Discard 3 cards. Exile it. Return it tapped. Oh, okay, so it's got that Aetherling vibe where it gives you inevitability, but you need to have 3 cards to discard. Pairs kind of nicely with Griselbrand, mixing up the card with the deck. Oh, it's a dinosaur. I didn't notice that. That makes sense. Ixalan. I'm not sure why they're playing that. No maximum hand size is at least somewhat cute with Griselbrand. means you can go off over a couple of turns. That could actually be very good, now that I think about it. Let's head to the sideboard. Alright, so this is a blue-black combo deck. How are we going to fight that? We're probably not going to sideboard all that much, given that with my Shoal build, most of our cards for combo decks are in the main. Vendilion Click looks nice. It's a clock that also disrupts. Blood Moon could be good. I would not want Blood Moon against the red versions of Gristlebrand. Black-red, Goryo's Vengeance, that kind of thing. However, if they're blue-black, Blood Moon looks a lot better. I doubt I want all three. It's probably just going to be two. Basilisk Collar doesn't look very good here. Don't think we care that much about gaining life. Well, we'll throw it in the mix and see what happens. EE we probably don't want. I don't think we need anything for artifacts or enchantments. The mid-range cards we probably don't need. Traverse is possible just because it's an extra Snapcaster Mage to flash back a counterspell, and it could help us if we're stalling on lands, but it's probably not going to make the cut. Sweepers look terrible. Dismember makes Gristlebrand smaller, so we can cut down on their life gain and maybe bolt it. Probably not worth bringing in, but like I said, there's basically a 0% chance our cards are... You know what? I don't think I board out Echoing Truth just because it's maybe passable against something that gets Goryo's Vengeance in, and it pitches to Shoal to counter Goryo's Vengeance. So I think we keep all of these automatically. What can we afford to cut? Lightning Bolt, probably 2 of them. We're going to trim the cards that... Are we just boarding in Click and 1 Moon? Click and 1 Moon for 2 Lightning Bolts. That seems fair. All of our blue cards are great. I don't want to cut any threats. I want at least a few burn spells. I'm going to do that. Our blue spells are great here not only because of Disrupting Shoal, but also because the blue spells in this deck generally increase your momentum. This is an interesting hand. It may not be keepable. Second land, very good for Mana Leak. I think I am going to run it. It gives me a non-zero amount of pause, but I do think it's worth playing out. Thoughtseize. Maybe I actually want more... This probably takes Mana Leak, I would think. Maybe I want more Blood Moon effects just because... Not specifically because I'm expecting Blood Moon to be fantastic. Flooded Strand is going to have to get a blue source anyway, so I'm not going to show them the island. I'm just going to grab a Breeding Pool here. Just because we already knew they were running discard. So I think the whole they're not going to interact with Blood Moon point is moot. And now that I think about it, they started on Basic Swamp last game too. They're doing it now. We have an extremely small sample size about the opponent's deck, but if we go to game 3, I think I'm going to assume they have a lot of basics and just board that Blood Moon right back out. Collective Brutality, that's pretty good. They didn't discard a Goryo's Vengeance target, so that's nice. They also made Tarmogoyf bigger, also nice. They know about the island, so we're going to play that out now. I'm not casting Visions yet anyway, so I don't care about fetching later. We are going to keep them on their toes just a little longer. Thought Scour, they milled a Lingering Souls. What does that card do? Shizo, there's no way I'm pronouncing that right. Death's Storehouse. Taps for black. Black and tap. Target legendary creature gains fear until end of turn. That's not bad. Lingering Souls is going to slow Goyf down considerably. We probably want to bobble here. Use it. Get the... You know what? I probably just want to use my mana as efficiently as possible, so it's pretty likely I'm not cracking this yet. I want to use it after the Visions. Even though I can scry with the fetch land, I'm probably slightly better off not doing that. We're going to start by swinging. Technically, probably shouldn't have shown them either card, but I don't think it matters. It's pretty likely they just block. They're not blocking. Maybe they have a Fatal Push and they think they can race? They already knew about the second Tarmogoyf. I'm going to grab a Steam Vents. Triple blue or double green? Double green could be relevant. It's highly unlikely since the most likely Snapcaster target... the most likely Traverse target is Snapcaster Mage. so I think I just want more blue. We also don't have Simic Charm, so threat plus Simic Charm, not relevant. There's the Disrupting Shoal. I kind of don't want either of these cards, to be perfectly honest, just because neither enables this to counter a Goryo's Vengeance. So we're going to do this, and I also think I'm going to open myself up to a Thoughtseize here to give ourselves a chance to draw a Mana Leak or something. We didn't, but we can Shoal a 1-drop, so there's that. That is really tempting. Oh, my lord, is that tempting. I'm going to do it. I don't know if that's even close to right. But they scooped, so hey, how can we be wrong? That's fantastic. Once again, that might not have been the right play, shoaling there. That's a little aggressive. We do have 2 Tarmogoyfs on board, though, so I kind of like being aggressive. They haven't shown us any, what's the word, win cons at this point in their graveyard. Nothing to combo with Goryo's Vengeance. And they already co-brewed earlier. Then again, that was at least a couple turns ago, but still, they had their discard outlet and they did not put anything in their graveyard. So I think it's fairly safe to say they didn't have anything ready to go yet. So I kind of like just being aggressive here, since we can't really safely assume that we don't need to worry about interacting just yet, but the way they played suggests that we don't need to worry about interacting. And there's no guarantee that this Disrupting Shoal is going to be good next turn. Maybe we choose not to counter the Fatal Push, we don't draw a land, we scour in hopes of drawing a 2 CMC that we can pitch to Shoal, and we just don't find it. And then we now have 1 Tarmogoyf, we swing, maybe they still want to race, maybe they don't. Our clock becomes a lot slower at that point. Goyf's still a 5-6, but if they don't block, it's still just a 3-turn clock. That gives them 3 draw steps. I think it's worth shoaling there. I'm not sure. Feel free to weigh in on the comments. Anyways, we went 3-2 with Chart and Shoal. That's not bad. That's not... Oh, okay, I closed it. I closed that window. Let's head back to the collection, just in case I have anything worth talking about. I think I'm going to stream this Sunday. I hate the inconsistency here. Come on. Smaller. Let's shrink this side down a little bit too. I think I'm going to stream this Sunday instead of Traverse. I like it. I like both. I'm going to be blunt. I just like Delver and casting Tarmogoyfs, Hooting Mandrills, and Traverse the Ulvenwalds, and Huntmasters. New addition to the pile of green cards that I like casting, Bloodbraid Elf is fun. I don't know if it's good, but it's fun. Notably, this mostly comes in against mid-range and control decks, so I think if there's a better 4-drop for that purpose, it's probably just not worth running Bloodbraid, especially because we do have those bad cascades every now and then. Then again, I like Haste. I like Haste a lot. I don't like 3-2. That's a very small body. Warrants more testing, that's for sure. It was fun. It was an enjoyable league. I would have enjoyed it more if we went 4-1, or, 5-0 would be sweet, but I don't think we deserve the 5-0 just yet. Probably have to play better to get one of those. Or just be absurdly lucky. I think I like the list. We played against Burn. That was the only aggro deck. Was that the only aggro deck? I think that was the only aggro deck. Sultai, Jund, Traverse Shadow, Burn, and then blue-black Goryos. Technically Esper Goryos, because we did see that Godless Shrine with the bauble just before they scooped. I think I like where this is at. I didn't get a chance to play against aggro decks, which is a bit disappointing. On the other hand, we didn't totally fail against mid-range, which is something I very much like. Not a big sample size, though, so we're not going to draw anything from that. I think I like the list. I might tweak a card or two before I stream, but chances are I'm not going to have much of a chance to really think hard enough about it to actually do that. I think I like it. I don't think I'd board in Blood Moon against that Goryo's deck again. But the list itself I think I like. yeah, I kind of like it. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.